Hi, um, I'm DJ. I'm part of the DID system, and I work for Medicare. And there's one big issue that I really have with Medicare's IRMAA. And I'll get to that in a bit. But I guess what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to go ahead and explain IRMAA. IRMAA is Income Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. So right now it is 2024. The Part B premium, the Part A premium is like in the 500s, but most people don't have that. But Part B, the medical part, is $174.70. That's what most people are going to pay. If you're on certain low-income programs, the state will pay your Part B premium or your Part A premium for you if you have Part A. The distinction between the two I can go into, or let me actually go ahead and go into that, because I know most people watching probably don't, or really listening, don't know anything about Medicare. The only reason I know anything is because I work there. Part A is hospital. That is inpatient hospital. Room and board. That's it. That is what you're paying for on your taxes, on your paychecks, when it says Medicare. So you have what we call credits, and you get for a year, one for each quarter. And once you've been working for 10 years, when you get Medicare, your Part A will be free. When you get Part A, if you get Social Security benefits, you have to keep Part A. If you get a Social Security check and you want to get rid of Part A for whatever reason, you get to pay back everything that Social Security has given you, and you give up your right to a Social Security check. You're not getting one anymore. But Part A is the part that's used the least as well, so. And then there's Part B, which everyone has, unless you're low income enough that the state is going to pay it for you. You're going to be paying at least $174.70. There is the rare occurrence of Medicare Advantage plans paying a little bit for you because of the caption rate, but that is a whole nother thing. But with IRMAA, it's when you make so much money, or over a certain amount of money, based on your taxes from 2 years before. So in 2024, it's going to be your 2022 taxes. Once you make a certain amount, guess what, buddy? You're paying more on top. And it depends on how you file your taxes. If you file your taxes individually, or if you're single, then you will have to be making per year $103,000 before money is added onto that premium. If you're married and you file jointly, it has to be both. Married filing jointly. The two of you together will have to make at least $206,000 before the IRMAA is added on. And that's, a good thing. You're making more money. You should be able to put more money into the trust fund. If your Part A is free, you don't get Part A IRMAA. They won't add that on top. If your Part A is not free, and you are making above those amounts, they will add Part A IRMAA. And then there's Part D, as in David, the prescription plan. They require you to have this. They don't tell you it's required because it's technically not, but you'll get a late enrollment penalty if you don't get it within 63 days of having your Medicare. If you have Part D, you're going to be paying the Part D plan, or the Advantage plan that covers your prescriptions. But if you're making IRMAA, or if you have IRMAA, then they add that on top. So there's going to be a Part D IRMAA. And no, it does not go to your prescription plan or your Medicare Advantage plan. It goes into the Medicare Trust Fund. It goes straight to Social Security. And that kind of sucks because you're being double billed for something. The only way to avoid that Part D IRMAA is to get an outside prescription plan that's comparable to a Medicare prescription plan, which is not that hard to do because Medicare prescription plans really aren't always that great. But the big issue is if you sell a house, Social Security thinks that's income. And you can't file an SSA 44, which is a change of life form. You have to fill out this complicated catch-all form called an SSA 561U2. And this form is used for several things. Hold up, let me take a look at it here. Oh, right, so it is used for IRMAA, and IRMAA is not listed on this form at all. You have to manually write it down. You don't get to check a box. But you can also use it to appeal your SSI or your special veterans benefits, or really anything. It's called a request for reconsideration, and if you want to appeal something, this is pretty much what Social Security is going to give you. And there's a thing on there that says claim number, and I don't know, because there's no answer in Medicare's database if the claim number is supposed to be the Social Security number or the Medicare number. There's no answer. No one knows. Not a singular person. And I sure don't. So, when somebody who's low income sells a house, or somebody that's, not low income but doesn't, make enough to pay IRMAA or to be eligible for IRMAA, sells a house, and they just barely reach that threshold, they are stuck having to pay IRMAA until that request for reconsideration goes through, and then they have to wait for a refund. If Social Security decides that, maybe making you pay on a house that you sold 2 years ago that you no longer have the money from is probably not a good idea, because there's no guarantee that they will. No one ever knows what's going on with Social Security there. Absolutely insane. But IRMAA is making me lose my mind, I'm not even gonna lie.